So this is actually a new client for me, and it's kind of funny because they had posted that they needed somebody for today on Staff Me Up, which I applied for. I didn't hear anything back, and then my buddy S called me saying that he needed somebody to fill in a spot for him because he's out of town right now. Turned out to be the same people, so I got the job instantly. And I only say that to say that that's why it's incredibly important to have a good network, because I didn't have to rely on my resume in that situation. They just trusted S, and S trusts me, and so now I'm getting hired out because of that. So this is Milton. He is the producer for this, hiring me on. And this is for social content. This is all vertical video. I did end up talking to him about maybe just doing our interview setup as horizontal, just something for the portfolio. And then it's something that's kind of evergreen. They can use this anytime for the website, for social, and that's something he can upcharge for. So he agreed with me, and we went ahead and just did the main cam interview as a horizontal video. Small lighting kit. This is what I love about this dolly, is that I can make it smaller when I need to. I don't have to fully extend it. So just throw some lights on here, call it a day. So when asked for advice on getting clients and stuff, one of the biggest things that I give people is when you do get a client, the goal is to make sure that they call you back when they need your services again. I always give a little extra, especially the first time when I'm working with somebody. In this case with Milton, I was only hired to bring a camera, set it up, hit record, and that's it. But I decided that I already have my stuff here, so I'm gonna bring in my lights, we're gonna key them, we're gonna do a little backlight, I'm gonna mic them up, I'm just gonna give them the whole package. And it's not like I was being paid unfairly, but I think it's important because the next time Milton needs somebody like this, you know, I'm gonna be at the top of that list whenever it comes to who he's gonna call. Also, I wanted to point out the shims that I used to hold that door. Once again, this is the second time I've used those. I'm gonna be preaching about these forever. $2 at Home Depot, get you a pack of wooden shims, and you don't know when they're gonna come in handy. So this was definitely an interesting shoot. As you can see, it's some kind of meditation thing that they do here, but basically what we are here to do is film the promo material for the upcoming Parade of Colors, I think it's called, or Festival of Colors. It's something in the Indian culture that they celebrate every year. But nonetheless, we are here to film the promo pieces that they are trying to use to get more people to understand what the festival is, when the festival is, all of that. So I brought my entire lighting kit, which is just the 200X, the 60X, and the 600X. I only needed the 60X and the 200X, and I can't rave enough about the 60X, especially in this situation. The room was tight, so having not only a small light, but one that puts out enough power in this situation to be a good key light and also is battery powered, so it was one less plug I was having to find. Finding a plug for the 200X took a minute, and I had to move a bunch of stuff around, which is always just inconvenient for packing down and just setting up. But ultimately what I did was set the 60X to be my key light. I just did kind of at a 45-degree angle with the Light Dome Mini 2, and then I did the 200X as kind of the rim light and splashed it onto the back to light up that shelf. We ended up keeping the house lights on, which I know is kind of breaking some rules here, but without the house lights, it was a little too dramatic. We didn't really want that, so we kept them on. It didn't look terrible, and I think the only thing I would have preferred to have changed is maybe have diffused the rim light. It was just a little bit kind of harsh, but overall, you know, for social media, I think the image looked great. Everybody was happy with it. The people we were filming and the people who hired us to film were all happy with it, so that's all you can pretty much ask for. As far as the second cam, I was literally just holding the camera sideways. Like I say, we just wanted that main shot to be horizontal for portfolio work, or just so that they could use this later on for the website if they wanted to, or just whatever. But this was a pretty cool shoot. I got to learn a lot about the culture. I got to learn a lot about the Festival of Colors and everything, and what that means to, you know, the Indian people and the culture and all that. So that's always exciting to me. I think it's one thing that's really fun about this job, is that you just never know where you're going to end up, or what you're going to be doing or learning, or who you're going to be meeting. And so that's what makes it fun. It's just always something new. And it goes back to, now I have somebody that is going to think about me whenever they need, you know, stuff shot for them. So my process right now, since I've only been back in freelancing for about 6 to 7 months, is just to continue to build up the people I work for. Every time I work for them, I want to leave a lasting impression. That way they call me back again. And year over year, I will start to get people calling me to come work instead of me having to call them to find work. And that's the goal. That is what I want. I want people to just call me up whenever they need something. That's why I say it's very important about the network you create, the clients you work with, putting your best foot forward, because essentially what you're trying to do is every time you work for somebody, you want them to call you back when they need you. You're building up a portfolio of work, but you're also building up a portfolio of clients. So for anybody who's getting into this or trying to get into this, just look at every job that you take as a success. It's an opportunity to create a lasting client. It's something that's going to create money for you over time. Yeah, overall, I'm excited to see, what the future holds with working with Milton and everything. It sounds like he has a lot of projects coming up and should be fun. I've been on so many sets now where these are being used, and they are just so phenomenal for lighting multiple people, dispersing light softly. So I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing addition to my kit. Something perfect for the 200X or even the 600X. But yeah, I'm excited to have this. They're not that expensive. $90 for this. I didn't realize that they were that cheap. But also picked up a 2 terabyte drive. So basically this is going to be my travel drive. I'm going to take this everywhere I go. And that way I always have something to back up my footage to. And then when I get home, I'll back it up to my home drive and everything. And then clear this off and just always keep this with me.